Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If you're still enjoying the series, of course, drop a like on the video. Now, before we get into anything else, we need to talk about something, and that something is the USA. Basically, you'll notice that we're no longer the manager of the USA, and we need to discuss this. Basically, today it came down to me having to actually try and do those videos, and I simply could not get them done. I just knew that I wasn't going to get time to do it, and when I realised how much was actually going to take to get those videos done, I thought to myself, either I could half-ass this and put out shitty videos, or I could nip it in the bud now and revisit it at a later date. And that's the decision I've decided to make. It had to be done, because if I was going to do the USA videos the way I'd want to do them, they just wouldn't work with the way that Wimbledon is at the moment. And okay, yeah, fair enough, I should have thought about that more, but the point is I didn't, and that's on me, fair enough, but it just had to be done. So I'm sorry those of you that did want to see that. I really do promise I will try and revisit it at another time, but the thing is I just don't have time to make those videos at the moment. That and the fact that the computer's crashed 3 times while I've been trying to do this episode today, and I've actually lost our transfer windows once already, and it's just been an infuriating day. But the thing is, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have time to record these episodes. And the thing is, I wanted to do it as a supplementary thing, not something that would affect the quality of the videos I was already doing. And I'm hoping, I just wouldn't want that, because this is, after all, my main priority, and that was sort of something I was going to do if I could, and I thought that I could, but I just simply don't think I can. And it's a shame, but it's something I just had to do, and I'd rather do it now than start it and then stop, basically. And I hope you can understand. I really hope you can understand that. If you don't, that's on you, not me. I've explained myself perfectly. That's how it is, basically. So, anyway, it's transfer windows, and that's more fun to me. We will revisit the USA thing at a later date, I promise you that, because I really did want to do a national team save with the States, because I thought it'd be a really cool thing to do. But the amount of work, I forgot how much stuff I had to do when I was doing the Wales thing, and realising putting the two together would just be really impossibly hard for me to do in the same time frame that I'm doing these videos, because unfortunately I wouldn't have any extra time to do them, basically, and that kind of sucks. But there you go. So yeah, transfers. That's why you're all here, of course. So we're going to jump straight in. It's been a bit of a strange transfer window in that we didn't have as much money as we have in previous years, plus the players that we needed to improve the squad were all going to be out of our price range, essentially. So we've had to kind of do a little bit of wheeling and dealing, and a lot of contracts have been extended too, so that's kind of taken up quite a bit of our chunk. But we still signed a few players, and a couple have left as well, so I'll show you them both. So first the players that we brought in, and then the players that have gone out. So cue the music and let's get Guan in. I can't believe I just said Guan in. Anyway, moving on. First player to join us is Prefete Wele. If that's how it's pronounced, I don't think it is, because there's a lot of accents in that name, and I have a terrible accent. He's French, he is a left back, and I said that I wanted to try and bring in a sort of backup, but also one for the massive future, basically. And we got him on the cheap. I think he's cost us £750,000 from Socio, and I thought that was a decent piece of business, just to bring in another youngster that can fill that role if we ever did need someone to back up there. Thing is, Njuku's been denied a work permit this year, which is a pain in the arse, because he's played for us for the past 2 seasons, and we suddenly just literally in the last week lost him to a work permit problem, which is a pain in the arse. So Werle might even get some time out this year. And I have also decided that in the Europa League this year, since we're only expected to get to the group stages and we need to try and concentrate on the league a little bit, I might actually do complete rotation for every Europa League game, regardless of who we're playing against, just to sort of give some of the other guys a chance to run out, but also mean that we don't have too many tired legs and don't let our league form suffer too much. It's just a sort of alternative plan anyway. So there we go, that's Prefete Wele. Next up is Josip Biskup. Now, I was actually interested in him a couple of seasons ago, but he wasn't prepared to join us, and I'd completely forgotten about him. And I was looking through my scout reports, and they obviously hadn't been updated in a while on him, because they hadn't been back to, well, I feel like they had been to Croatia, but I obviously didn't see him again, but whatever. And I looked at him and I thought, you know what, let's have another crack at it. Just as a sort of another backup striker, just to fill that role. He's got decent potential again, solid finishing as well. He's cost us 3.1 million, which is ironically the exact price that he's now worth, which is kind of cool too. Just to sort of back up that striking area of the pitch. I thought to myself, either we can go for, I did have a look for a shallow striker type of player, but there just wasn't anything in there. And I thought to myself, there's no point in me splashing huge money on areas of the pitch where we've actually got decent players already, because I just feel like it's going to upset the apple cart. And I've tried to strengthen this year in areas where we actually did need that strengthening, and rather instead in the other areas then just tried to go to pick up backup players. So that's what I've done with Josip Biskup from Croatia. He's coming from, as you can see, from Split, and he's got a decent record from Split. He's got a 1-in-3 record, and it's not too bad, but I feel like there's a lot of room to improve for him, and he's going to add to the pie. Also, Mateus has signed a new contract. He did have an extension option, and I was about to trigger it, but then I realised that wouldn't take out the release clause, so I offered him a new deal. He's not on any more money. He's only on about £1,000 more a week for another 5 years, but he's taken out the release clause, and now we've got him, so that's good, and he's happy to stay, which is fantastic. Next up is Alessandro Salvi. He's probably one of our bigger outlays. Now, okay, we've paid 13.75 million for him from Livorno. Now, Remember I said I wanted a backup player on this right-hand side. Now he's set to rotation, which means we can bring him in and Everton can come out for a second. He's got decent crossing, decent dribbling, decent stats in general. Bit of an overbite, but we'll let that slide. He looks like a solid player. Just to fill in that role, he's got a bit of potential as well. Just in case Everton was to somehow get poached from us, we would still have a solid backup with room to improve as well. I felt like that was one of the areas where we definitely needed a little bit more. I did look for a guy that could play on both wings, but there wasn't a lot available, to be honest. Most of them, those that could play on both wings, weren't very good on either wing. And I kind of wanted a, as much as we have our jack of all trades in Achibar, I kind of wanted a master of one position, and that is Alessandro Salvi. So he's our second biggest outlay in the summer. We've actually only made one more signing this year because of our budget. And, you know, it actually disappears quite quickly when you've got to spend it on these types of players. But it's the next guy that I think is going to be huge. We did it. We finally got a goalkeeper. This is Martin Galfrascioli. And ironically, when I signed him, he wasn't an Argentinian international. And now he is, basically. We brought him in from Sporting. And this, I mean, look at that. He's played 46 games for them and only conceded 22 times. He looks monstrous. Okay, he's not the most eccentric goalkeeper, but, you know, that sometimes you just have to accept that. We're not playing the deep line, we're not playing the sweeper keeper anymore anyway, so it's not quite so important. Certain areas of his game aren't superb, but then he's also incredibly good in certain other areas. So I just thought, when we had a chance to sign him, yes, he's on a lot of money. Yes, he's cost us a lot of money. 10 million up front and a further 30 potentially. But I just thought, you know what? We need a solid, amazing goalkeeper. He's still only 23. There's room to improve. And I thought this could be the guy that could be that man for us. And we've now brought in a 4-star goalkeeper finally with room to improve. I just felt like we needed to make this move basically and finally just go and spend some money. You know, we had to go and buy off of a massive club like Sporting. But it worked for amazingly. We didn't even have to convince him. We were actually able to make an offer straight away, and he accepted it. So I guess it's the English football that did that, because I can't think of any other reason why he'd want to do. He's a commanding goalkeeper. I'm a fan of the lad. I really, really am. Does it say he hits free kicks with power? What's his free kick taking like? Where is it? It's not going to be there, is it? Is there any way to see what their free kicks are like? Or is it only their penalties that you can see? Then again, you never know. Maybe we should put him on pens and free kicks. Anyway, but yeah, that's Martin Galfrascioli, Argentinian international goalkeeper now. I think he's worth the money, and hopefully we will see that play out this season. First player out, Fraser Forster. He's gone to Leeds. It cost him like 50 grand. I wasn't that bothered. I just wanted to get him out of the club, to be honest, because he's taking up wages at the time, and he was never going to play. Not with the new goalkeeper coming in as well, so it just wasn't worth doing. A couple of notes, actually. Firstly, Fabio and Gomez both got in the Premier League Team of the Year last season. Interestingly, Fabio as a centre mid, like in the centre of a 4-4-2, which is very strange. But there you go, both of them got in there. And also, Brian Gomez was on the bench for the team of the season in the World Cup. Not team of the season, in the World Cup team of the tournament, which is really cool. Gary Campbell was also left to join Portsmouth for £500,000. It's not a huge outlay, but I just felt like there was no point in keeping him if he wasn't going to play for us. So it'd be nice to send him to someone like Pompey so we can get some game time and hopefully help Pompey out. And finally, our biggest out transfer is Fernando Cano. He's left and joined West Ham. They've paid us 5.75 up front with a further 2 or 3 in instalments. Yeah, okay, we could have kept him, but I just felt like he wasn't going to be happy with the football level of football he was playing, and he'd already started complaining about it and said he wanted to leave. And I just thought to myself, you know what, with the players we've got, Baltam is really coming along nicely. With the players we brought in, I just feel like we could probably let someone like Cano go without too much of a detrimental effect to the team. So I made the decision, and he's gone. We needed the money at the time just to get some contracts extended, to be fair, so that's what I've had to do on that one. Right then, tactics time. Now, tactics again are the same. I'm going with the same tactic as last time. I tried a few things out in pre-season. Now, the other thing I did try is the poacher idea. Now, I'm going to test it again because I noticed that we played a friendly against, oh God, who was it? I can't remember who it was against. We won 10-0. You might be able to, oh no, that's 10. Basically, we won 10-0. Adam Kirk started up top for us, and in a game which we won 10-0, he didn't score a single goal, and he didn't have a single shot on the entire target. And in a game which we had 43 shots on goal, he didn't have a single shot. That was a worry for me. So I just wondered if maybe switching the roles up a little bit, maybe trying this poacher idea out again. Let me know if you think, right, with everything else as it is, what do you guys think? Genuinely, admittedly, I won't be able to see this for a little while, but you know what I mean, because I can still try it later in the season. What role do you think is genuinely the best role to play with the rest of this tactic? I'm happy with everything else at the moment, but what do you think is the best way that we can go for the striker? Do you think complete forward? Do you think poacher? Do you think target man? What do you think? Let me know in the comments and tell me why. Don't just say it, of course, you know. So yeah, we're going to be doing, when Baltam does play, he will be an inside forward though. That much I am going to make clear because he was so bad with his crossing. But right, Fabio, as you can see, is injured. Now, this is a pain in the arse for me as well, because I deliberately rested Fabio and Masek for the final 2 friendlies to avoid both of them getting injured, and wouldn't you know it, they both got injured in training instead. Fabio's out for 2 to 3 weeks, but the worst thing is that Masek is out for 3 months with a torn hamstring. Why is Achabar playing in the middle? That is not happening. Like, I know Ramslar's only 2.5 stars now, but he's better than Achabar in there, isn't he? I mean, let's face it. Baltam, I actually played him in there a couple of times in pre-season too, so there might still be more to it. So apparently Njuku's on the bench, and maybe he actually did get his work permit now, which is fantastic. I don't remember that, but there you go. So on the bench, Ribeiro, Njuku, Salvi, Mateus, Bozo, Baltam, and Biskup. It looks better. Now, one thing we are missing on the bench, as you'll see, is a centre-back. And the reason for that is because Planic is only just back fit again. And Boni probably isn't quite good enough, so I might actually put Boni on the bench instead of Biskup for now, just so we've got a player on there. So this is what we're going to do. It's Man United away. It's never going to be an easy game, but we are going to go with our full-strength team and the full-strength tactic as well, because I figured we need to start competing with the big sides, and we're not going to do that if we keep going there trying to snatch points. You know, sometimes it's going to cost us this year, I sense, but at the same time, I also think to myself, we maybe just need to do this sometimes. Maybe we just need to go there and try and take teams on a little bit more. Yeah, they've got a crazy good team, but I don't know, we're never going to win games against these sort of sides if we don't actually try to win them. If we set up to basically not get beat, then sometimes we might get beat. Sometimes we might not get beat, and sometimes we probably just will anyway. I'd rather set up with a chance to win the games and be a bit more positive. Kirk is going to be the one up front for us. We're just going to have to go for it today against Man United and see what the hell happens in this game, basically. Appears to have frozen a little bit weirdly. There we go. That took long enough. Christ on a bike. Computer's going all weird today. But yeah, it wasn't exactly the ideal start to the season in that we get to play Man United on the opening day. We've got West Ham at New Plough Lane, which we actually have moved into again. So in our 24,000-seater stadium now. Things are going very nicely for us. Have I got this on the right settings? Just to be clear, yes we do. Okay, sorry, it looked very slow to me for some reason. If we were to get away with anything except to defeat Man United today, I'd be happy. The injury to Masek is a big miss for us, because he was actually our player of the season last year. In terms of his average rating, he had the highest average rating of any player ever in this save over the full season, and that was a 7 point. I think it was 7.58 or something, which was better than the Ramselaar one a few seasons before. Ramselaar. But he's going to get himself some game time this year. Now, his rating is dropping slightly, but that's fine. But we've got Baltam available if we need him as well. Right, Farmer pushing forward. He's had some bids on him, as you can imagine he would. Oh, ball across. Carlos is in there, and it was 1-0 to Wimbledon at Old Trafford. Carlos pushing forward as the shadow striker, and he may have pretty poor finishing, but maybe just scoring some goals will help him with that. Great awareness from Adam Kirk, and we lead at Old Trafford on the opening day. Huddersfield actually picked up a victory against, I'm guessing, either either Liverpool or Everton, which is pretty impressive. Lovely little ball into the channel from Sam Farmer here, but look at this from Kirk to actually pick this out, pull that across the box. Carlos in there with the finish. Very nearly didn't score that in a way, but there you go. Man United 0, Wimbledon 1. First shot of the game goes in for us. Does not mean this game is going to go well for us, but I'm hoping that Martin Galfrascoli will make a difference for us. 90% pass completion for Ramselaar so far is a delight. Manquillo's making some key passes. Don't have anyone marking posts at corners. We conceded a lot of goals from corners before I switched things to this system. We only conceded once, I think, or twice when I changed it, and we conceded 4 times before that, so I feel like this is a reasonable strategy still. Damn it. Ramselaar, Dybala. Ah, damn it. The high line can sometimes catch us out, but when we don't play the high line, we just invite pressure on us. That's a penalty, isn't it? Oh. Wow. Phew. Okay, we got away with one there, I have to say. Nuri. Oh, right, okay. Dybala. We must already be marking these guys up. You'd feel like we would be. Amazingly, no. We'll mark Dybala up. Nuri runs from deep, so it's difficult to know who would pick him up if we were to tight mark him. That's my worry. Uh-oh, free kicks. I'm still worried about us from free kicks. Kirk's come back and got the ball, though. That's what I like to see. Don't get caught with the ball. There we go. Ramselaar. Make that run, Everton. Ah, we weren't quick enough. We weren't quick enough with the ball at our feet there. Nuri. Renato Sanchez. I still think we'll probably end up losing this game, but we've got something to hang on to. Oh, I think the keeper actually got a touch to that. I'm not entirely sure if that was a save or not. Dorosh, this guy is a quality fullback as well. You know, you think Bellerin's good, and he is, but Dorosh is a solid player as well. Right, let's check the Prozone stats. Sorry, I've not actually... Oh, no, sorry. I've not played a game since... Right. Let's see. Right, okay. Man United, all down the right. We've not done a lot yet. It's hard to know where to really go. I might just leave it till half time so we can just get a little bit more analysis going, because at the moment there's not enough there for me to really go, oh, we're doing really well in this area, or they're doing really well in this area. We get to half-time, we're a goal up. We've only had the one shot, though, so that does worry me. We are doing a bit of smash and grab here, but that's good. I'm pleased with that. Maybe we should drop a little deeper in this second half and just try and soak up the pressure a bit more. Where are they putting the pressure? Right, they're definitely going down that right-hand side. We're actually doing both quite nicely. They're doing a lot of pressure in the middle. So I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I'm actually tempted to drop both of these guys back like that, just to make sure that we don't get so caught up the pitch. Just move the passing up to a bit of a mixed approach, and what kind of system are they playing? No, just leave it as it is in that sense for now. That's my plan anyway. Did we do a team talk? I don't think we did we? No. Oh, no, we did. Excellent, good. Right. We're doing well so far in terms of the fact that we're winning the game, but I could do with a bit more presence from. I just think if we move our wingers back a little bit more, yeah, it means we might not be anywhere near as good attackingly, but we're not really doing much in that sense anyway. So I'd rather see. I'm also tempted to just drop that high line back to a normal one, and just because, as much as they haven't got in behind us all that much, I don't really want to give them the chance to get in behind us. I want to try and sit here now. I don't want to switch to counter, because I just find that that just seems to make this tactic much weaker. I haven't really figured out why yet. Bentancur, oh, don't just let him slip it through. Ramselaar with a big tackle, but unfortunately, I just sense there's going to be a cross-goal situation coming up here. Dorosh, cleared away. That's going to come straight back to him. Don't foul him. Memphis, there's so much space for Renato Sanchez, and it's a goal. I mean, Christ on a bike. That didn't come from them getting in behind us, but they've deserved their equaliser. I take nothing away from them. We're playing away at Man United. It's always going to be difficult. I know we finished above them last year, but I remember last year on Portsmouth, we would play against teams that were like, when it was a team like Man United or Chelsea, if they were 10th in the league at the halfway stage in the season, when you played them, they would still play as if they were the top side in the league because they were Man United or Chelsea, which bugged me a little bit at the time, I have to say. Okay, right. What more can we do here? We've got to go down the wings. We've got to look for that ourselves, but I just don't know what we can do at this point. Because other than try and sit on counter and try and get some men behind the ball for the final half an hour of this one, if we get away with a point, then that'll be we're not going to get away with a point, are we? Memphis, Renato Sanchez, because Dybala's pulling out wide and he's just able to do that. We have nobody that can do that. Right, goalkeeper wasn't at fault for their first goal, absolutely not. I want to see it just over like the first 10 games of the season how well he actually performs. Adam Kirk's not done an exactly fantastic job up front for us today. He's probably been not quite the weakest performer. Interestingly, that is Everton. So I'm going to get Salvi on. It's so nice being able to do that. We rarely ever, if Everton was having a bad game last year, could we actually get anyone on in his place. And it is a godsend that we're actually able to do that now. And I'm also going to get Mateus on for Adam Kirk. Mateus is going to get some game time this year, which means that in theory he should be sort of placated his worries about not playing football for us. 15 minutes to go. We've not deserved the point, really, because we've only had 2 shots on target. But then again, neither of us have created any like clear-cut opportunities, although I have to say their chance was pretty clear-cut. Good. Oh, hello, Cresswell. We're going to concede from this, aren't we? Get back and get back and get back. Don't you dare leave him be. I was hoping that we'd actually score a goal from a free kick, because we're solid at those. Right, win that. There we go. Carlos brings it down, you know. One thing that we're missing at the moment is Nenad Planic. That pre-season injury, which he's nearly recovered from. But, oh, God. That's going to be the goal, isn't it? That one little stupid Dybala, he's got a man out wide. He'll just put this to the back post and Memphis will... Whew, if that had gone in, I'd have been pissed, because he was practically on the goal line with that. It's amazing that if we drop any deeper, I feel like we'll just invite the pressure way too heavily. But I kind of feel for the last 10 minutes, it might not be such a bad idea to just drop it deeper and go route 1. Because we've not really looked like scoring from any situation other than a set-piece type of situation, have we? We're so close to an actually really good result. A point away from home at Man United. No, just win the... Wow, that's a really strange pass. Watch that, though. We've dropped deeper now. And that might be actually why he didn't try and win that, because we've dropped a little bit deeper, so he may have just decided to leave it. Annoying, though, because we've not said... Oh, this is going to be a cross goal, isn't it? Oh, my days. I would be pissed, because I hate it when my players do that. Oh, come on. Just let us have a point. Go on, I dare you. You'll love it. Dorosh. No, that's a goal. Oh, what a save that is from... That might be the £30 million talking there. If we get away with it, it will be because of him. Cresswell's ball now. Cleared away. Oh, damn. Damn and damn. He's actually taken a really silly Oh, shit the bed. Right. No. Galfrascoli. I tell you what, man of the match for me. In my mind. Obviously, he won't win man of the match, but I tell you what, he's had to do a fair bit today, and I feel like if he wasn't in goal for us today, we'd have probably lost this match, and he might have just gained us his first points for us already. And that says a lot for me. We've got a player that can do that easily, or not that easily, but that save he's just made was outrageously good, and I'm hope that he can keep that up for the rest of the season. And those little saves in games like this, where it could save us a goal, basically, and that might be huge. Right? Who did get man of the match? He's 6.9, really? 6.9 for his performance today. I don't know how many saves he made, but my goodness. I'm pleased with that. We didn't play that well, but we didn't need to. On the night, we got ourselves the point, which was what we needed to do, and we got the win. Renato Sanchez, fair enough, he did get the man of the match, and that makes sense to me. But I'm very pleased with that. Apologies if this episode has gone on for quite a long time, guys. But we had to discuss some things. We had the transfer stuff. I'm sure I can chop it down a little bit, but you know what these transfer window ones are always like. Then again, we don't have any highlights to see or anything, so there we go. But I really hope you guys do understand the whole situation with the United States thing, because I just didn't want to put out poor quality videos for the sake of it. If I felt that it was going to hinder the quality of the other videos as well, which it definitely would have done, because I wouldn't have been able to put anywhere near as much effort into this transfer window or any other video I do, and I don't want that, because I want my series to be good, and I don't want to start diluting the quality of everything by spamming videos myself, basically. That's not how I do things. That's the reason I don't do double uploads, actually, no, if I was in a position where I could physically do double uploads where they were all hopefully as good as the episodes I do, then I would totally do it, but I just don't have the time. That's the reason, basically. So anyway, in the next episode, now, we will obviously have a draw for the Europa League group stage coming up soon, but I'm thinking we'll probably do the Leicester City away game as the next one. It's the end of September, so we've got quite a long way to go, but we'll see the draw in the next episode anyway. So yeah, if you guys have liked this video, please do drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that and you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Again, sorry about the United States thing, but I really hope you guys can understand that. So I'll join you guys in the next episode for firstly the draw for the Europa League, and then the away game against Leicester. That is going to be a really difficult game because Leicester are in the Europa League as well. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.